Hi, welcome to my very first live Facebook video. Yay! I'm so excited to try this out. So today I am going to help you figure out the things that you need to look for when you are PCSing and finding a new school for your military children, or you're just moving and you need a new school for your kids. So there are 6 main things that you need to know. First, you want to have happy teachers. You want teachers that are excited to go to their jobs every day, leave with smiles on their faces, and are not stuck there all night, every night. This means that your teachers are well paid. You can find this information freely online because they are public employees. So their salary ranges should be listed, not specifically by teacher, but generally you can figure out which districts do pay better. You want teachers that have good in-classroom support, so that means there are paraprofessionals, aides, and administration who are happy to help. You want teachers who do not have to stay late. That means that there are not a ton of testing requirements put on them. There are not, they're not standing recess duty, that there is someone separate to do that for them. They don't have to stand lunch duty. There's someone separate to do that for them. You want people who are happy to do their jobs first, because happy teachers teach happy children. They're happy to be there and they want to make your kids the priority in their life. Next, you want to look at the extras. I'm talking drama club, sports, art club, what kind of specialists they have. Do they have a fine arts program if you're in the high school? Do they have music? Do they have audiovisual things? Do they have technology things? What do they have that is extra that your child likes? You don't want to move to a district if your child is all about soccer and they don't have a soccer team. It's not going to be a good fit for you. Your kid will be miserable, probably. And you won't have a place. You have to pay extra money in order for your child to do the thing that they love. Find a school that has the things that you want. Third, you want to look at test scores. So not an end-all be-all, but generally you want to look for test scores that are 80% pass rate or higher. That means that the children are learning what they need to learn in order to pass those high stakes tests that everyone talks about. Now, a test is just a test. A test just shows you what a child can regurgitate on that day at that time. It doesn't mean they're not learning. It doesn't mean the teachers aren't doing their jobs. But it does mean that lower test scores might mean that that school is not supported financially as much as it needs to be to have those up-to-date materials to get those children the help that they need. You also want to look at their social media and online presence. You want to look for a Facebook page that is active, a PTA page that is active, meaning lots of posts, lots of updates, at least twice a week for the school. You want to look and see if they have Instagram, Twitter, and you want to look how they're sharing children's images on those. If your child is, you don't want your child's image to be shared, you want to make sure and see how they're sharing those images. Maybe even contact the school and ask for a copy of their media release form. You can always pull that back if you sign and you decide later that you don't want your child's image shared, but you do want to check their social media presence. Click around their website. Is it easy to navigate? Can you find the information you need, like enrollment forms, whether they follow the MIC3 program, and just take a peek. What do they offer? Fifth, you want to look at their rankings. There are many places out there that offer school rankings. From Great Schools is probably the most well-known, but there are a couple others up and coming. And I'll be featuring those on my blog in an upcoming post about school ranking sites. So you can check that out at milkidsed.com. Rankings, you want to look for a higher ranking, probably a 6 or higher. A lower ranking doesn't mean it's not a good school and the teachers aren't wonderful. It just means, again, that the test scores aren't that great. The feedback from the community, dated or not, might not be that great, and there might just not be the resources to help support a robust academic program. And you want your child in a robust, challenging, rigorous, all those buzzwords, academic program. Last, you want to think about size. Do you want your child to be a small fish in a big pond with lots of opportunities, probably more opportunities in a bigger school just because of the population size, or do you want your child to be a big fish in a small pond with probably, equal caliber opportunities, but maybe not quite the diversity? It just depends on what the school offers. Again, you're thinking about all those other things that I mentioned, numbers 1 to 5, happy teachers, extracurriculars, test scores, social media, and rankings when you pick. And for size, it just really comes down to what your child is comfortable with. Do you want your child to feel like the center of attention? Small school's for you. Do you want your child to, learn how to swim on their own? Big school might be for you. A couple other things to keep in mind: public or private. Public schools are great. I grew up in public schools. I'm a public school teacher. They have funding from taxes. They have lots of opportunities, lots of sports programs, and they are free for you to attend. Private schools, equally wonderful. You can pick a private school that closely aligns with your religious beliefs, and that's phenomenal. It's so nice to feel like your religious beliefs are supported in your school. You can pick a private school based on special education needs. Really, any of those things. Private schools do cost money, and they can cost, a couple $1,000s a year to tens of thousands of dollars a year. And it's really what your budget and your family can support. And know that even though you are paying that tuition, you are going to have to also pay for the extras as well. Those sports, those drama things, field trips, etc. Things like that. Another thing to consider is distance to your jobs. If you're military, you probably want to live close to base. So you really want to look into those schools around base. And resources in the community. So does the school have good connections to other places? Do they have connections in the banking world, in the healthcare world, through stores, through, can the kids go visit the fire station in the lower grades? Do they have a police presence in the school where your kids will feel safe talking to a police officer? Those are things that you want to look at. And you also want to look at rent and home prices. Rent and home prices vary widely. I've lived in areas where there are really good schools and places that have very reasonable rents. I've also lived in places where the really good schools are in let's say higher price ranges. It just depends, again, what your family can swing financially. Finally, I am offering a unique service this summer. I am offering a school seeker service. That means that I will help your family find the perfect school for you. And you can find out all about it on my website, milkidsed.com. Or you can PM me at milkidsed on my Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope that your kids find the best school this summer. Thanks. Oh, look in the comments for the blog post that connects to this live video. I hope it's helpful. Bye.